follow up now to a story we've been tracking for days. Crews are preparing to tear down what's left after fire ripped through this home behind us on Bowdoin Street in Providence.
The Target 12 investigators have obtained new documents and uncovered new images from inside the house taken just days before the fire. And there are a lot of questions about the property and its condition before it burned down.
Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado has been combing through all of this. She joins us with what she's uncovered.
Less than a week before the fire that destroyed 110 Bowdoin Street, firefighters visited the home, taking photos of the problems that later led city officials to determine the house should be condemned. 5 days before this deadly fire, the Providence Fire Department visited 110 Bowdoin Street after a complaint from a tenant. They took these photos obtained by Target 12 of loose wiring, tangled extension cords, space heaters, one lying on its side on the ground, another on top of a cardboard box. The report we obtained says firefighters found extension cords running from second floor to basement used to tie into electrical panel. Firefighters spoke to the landlord, Dexter Jackson, and wrote he complained that the tenants are drug addicts who don't pay their rent, causing him to be unable to pay for the necessary work. 2 days later, a city building inspector went to the house, writing in this report dated January 3rd that the house was a mess. No heat, no running water. He issued an intent to condemn. But before the house was condemned, it burned down. A body was pulled from the rubble Monday. Family members identified her as Lucy Feliciano.
It's really distressing to know how many families are living in abhorrent conditions.
Jennifer Hawkins with the nonprofit One Neighborhood Builders is working to help at least 6 displaced families from the fire find affordable housing. She says there's a shortage, which is why people end up in deplorable conditions.
You have people who are families who are doubled up, and they're forced to live in apartments that you would not want people that you love to live in.
And One Neighborhood Builders is inviting any affected families to their Chaffee Street location this Saturday to apply for affordable housing. Now, I did speak to the landlord, Dexter Jackson, by phone today. He owns 110 Bowdoin Street. He denies not having heat or running water, despite what that inspector's report says. And he said the fact that his house was slated to be condemned should not be relevant until firefighters determine the cause of the fire. I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.